I'm Gerald Bentley. This is Wrestling with Sales. Today we are joined by second to none, Kenny Alfonso, one of the most dynamic and electrifying wrestlers in the Midwest area. Kenny, hey, thanks for joining us tonight.
I appreciate it. Anytime, my man. Anytime.
Yeah, I've had a chance to see you in a couple of matches, and this podcast is actually sponsoring your next match coming up here on July 29th at Central States Wrestling. Iron sharpens iron. Second to none, Kenny Alfonso. This is a great name. The Land Shark, Conan Lycan. And your dad's favorite wrestler, Dan the Dad, in a three-way dance. That's going to be coming up Saturday, July 29th, 7 o'clock, right there past the Lenexa City Center. So definitely make plans to get out there and check out Kenny Alfonso. When I saw you the first time, you really reminded me of, for people that watch a lot of pro wrestling, the ultimate finesser, Chris Bay. See a lot of him in your style, a lot of Lilo Rush,
Oh,
and quite a bit of like the Motor City Machine Guns. So really good, really fast paced, dynamic wrestler. How long have you been in the ring?
uh, I've been at it for 6 years now. It
Okay.
feels weird saying out loud, but yeah, 6 years now.
So started pre-COVID,
It's,
went through the shutdown, and now we're a couple of years back in, getting back up to speed. What's a week like for you?
let's see. Well, I work a job, normal full time job in the meantime, but I still try to figure out a way to uh, wiggle in some healthy meal prepping in, workout time. I'm training consistently and trying to look TV ready.
Hmm.
That's my ability. So it can be kind of physically demanding sometimes, but it's what I signed up for.
Yeah. What was your motivator to get into it? What made you say, "Hey, I'm gonna hop into the wrestling ring"?
Oh man. So I had friends in my neighborhood that had extra free tickets to Monday Night Raw and ECW back in
Okay.
2010. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a late bloomer when it comes to wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, they Monday Night Raw and ECW came to Kansas City at the time, and just seeing guys like Flair and Jericho, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, just the environment was different. Like
Hmm.
the lights, the larger than life characters really like sucked me in, and yeah, I've been a fan ever since then.
And what led you to be second to none? Where does the personality come from? Where's the character come from?
So the phrase "second to none." Some people are aware of my military background. I did 6 years in the Army National Guard. Uh,
Okay.
that was my unit's slogan. So I kind of just stole it and ran with it. um,
Great reason. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, yeah, that's where it.
So the military background, it definitely gets you used to doing the workout and putting the work in to
Oh,
stay in shape because you're not just hopping in the ring. I mean, you're kind of flying around. You're getting a lot of activity in there. So
oh,
what what physically goes into being ready to get out there and compete? Because the thing that impresses me, especially on the independent level, you're doing a 40-hour a week job and arranging the travel, arranging the booking,
yes.
doing interviews, doing the PR, and you have to get into the ring too. It's a tremendous amount of time that you have to commit to it.
Yeah. People don't really emphasize the fact on how not only physically demanding it could be, but mentally. You have to be very mentally tough to withstand everything that you have to go through in this sport and in this business. So yeah, like you said, it can be a lot on your plate at sometimes, but it's what you signed up for. So it comes with its pros and cons, just like everything
Hmm.
else. But I love every single minute of it, and I'm great. I'm just grateful, that I'm doing this to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, a lot of people don't get the you don't get the opportunity on the stages that you're on. I
No,
mean, just just watching the growth of Central States has been really impressive since relaunching because really with very little advertising, very little promotion, a few podcasts, the I-70 Hot Tag does a great job talking about it as well.
Yes.
There's the CSW Zone, and that's a random Saturday night, and it was packed with just a little bit of social media advertising and then whatever promotional work you guys do, what the talent does to help drive some people in.
Yes, we try our best. Obviously, I guess they're doing something right with the attendance looking like that.
Yeah.
Yes, they packed the house, and that's only a fraction of what the actual attendance, the full capacity attendance, can be like, opposed to
Hmm.
the original venue in Kansas City, where they can
Yeah.
hundreds of more people. So yes,
Yeah. There was a big, you know, really kind of a wrench thrown into the operation, a false finish, I guess you could say, because the Armory in KCK, which was going to be the home site of Central States Wrestling and had been the site of the old Central States Wrestling back in the NWA era when Ric Flair and Harley Race were wrestling in Kansas City, coming through on the NWA circuit, flooded during a cold snap and destroyed the ring. I believe destroyed some of the cameras, and the Armory needs a whole new floor. So it's been out for a while. And yeah, I mean, that's about triple the capacity of the National Guard Armory. So the potential is there to build a lot more. It's very true.
amen to that. Amen to that. So yeah, hopefully we can get back in that original venue and continue selling out. So
Yeah. No,
yeah,
that'd be awesome. Now, what other territories are you working in besides Central States?
consistently as of lately, I've been working at places like Glory Pro out in St. Louis. Uh, let's see, we've got Harley Races World League Wrestling in Troy, Missouri.
Hmm.
Let's see, I've got places in Chicago, like Second Wrestling, that I will be attending to for the first time in the next month or so. So,
That's neat.
uh, top promotions in the Midwest scene I've been at consistently as of lately.
And what's the plan as you go through the end of this year, maybe move into 24? Where do you see yourself heading out to?
I'm currently getting my passport right now, so Canada is first on the list. I
Okay.
believe there's places out in Winnipeg that I'd like to hop in the car with some friends and travel on down to. Um, hopefully, fingers crossed, Ring of Honor is a place that I would love to work for as soon as possible.
Hmm.
So we'll see what the
Well,
future.
and you definitely have a style that's set for TV, and you even have your own entrance song.
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
where does the song come from?
So last year I worked Terminus out in Atlanta. Um, Swerve Strickland was on that show, and he traveled with his close friend Montezi. Montezi
Okay.
for making music for plenty of top names in the business, Sammy Guevara and other people, and on the AEW locker room and on the
Hmm.
top of the independent scene. But yes, Montezi responsible uh, for the hit that he made for me, and I'm very thankful for that.
Can people find that song on your socials?
Yes, yes, you can find it on my socials. You can find it under Montezi's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud,
Okay.
Apple Music, wherever you can find it.
And he's a big time producer. And actually, Swerve, I believe he just released his first solo album.
My, oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I don't know if Rick Ross was involved in it in the album or just on TV, but I know he did just put his album out. Well, that's a neat connection. What was it like getting to work with those guys and just be around them, just to see what, maybe if nothing else, what bar do you need to rise to? Because Swerve Strickland, extremely successful. He's been in MLW, WWE, NXT, and now AEW. As a dealer, you spend a lot of time buying cars at auction. If you're using Edge Pipeline to manage your purchases, then this is big news. Montway Auto Transport has partnered with Auction Edge to add a transportation option onto Edge Pipeline. Now dealers can manage their auction buys and book transportation with just one click right in the Edge Pipeline platform. As a nationwide leader in auto transport, Montway understands a dealer's need for speed and efficiency and can arrange single or multi-vehicle moves from auction to any lot in the country. With Montway's technology, dealers can gain full transit visibility and tracking after an order has been booked, making it much easier to manage inventory. Buy, ship, and track all in Edge Pipeline. Go to www.montway.com/WS to learn more. No, you're good.
Um,
Yeah, I was just asking,
so
what was it like being around and getting a chance to work with Swerve?
Oh yes. So that night, that was a crazy night. I was actually in the ring with guys. I was in the ring with Chris Sabin, Leon Ruff, and Trey Lamar in a
Okay.
four. That was like that kind of show was. It was nerve wracking, but I felt comfortable in the same way. Um, you know, getting to the next level, and this applies to legit anywhere in life. Getting out of your comfort zone. Um, it's going to do you a lot of favors. A lot of us get comfortable with where we are, and we're scared to take that extra step. So, um, yeah, no, I'm blessed to be. I was blessed to be on a show like that, and I asked for feedback from Swerve Strickland right after the match, and he gave me a ton of great critiques. Um, Not too long after that is when I ran into Montezi, and
Okay.
he said he was a fan of my work and was willing to go out of his way to make music for me or my entrance theme. So yeah, it was overwhelming, but yeah, it was a blessing.
Yeah, that's terrific. And one of the guys I mentioned, the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been in there with the best. I was talking with Central States Wrestling Booker Michael Strider, and I said, you know, out of the young guys in the CSWs, there's been a lot of great work, but Kenny Alfonso just jumps out to me as being somebody who's AEW ready, Impact ready, just your move set, the way you carry yourself, and having that major league feel when you come in because of the music. I mean, it makes such a huge impact, you know? And we're aim this towards salespeople. I mean, it's something for salespeople to think about too. What do you do to separate yourself? To be just a little bit different instead of just being a salesperson? What makes you a sales entertainer where somebody is going to look and say, hey, no, I remember that guy, that he did a terrific job, something stuck. And it really, a lot of times it doesn't take much. It's just one element, one thing, like you said, where you push a little bit past your comfort zone.
Yes. So from my perspective, there's two different ways you can do that.
Hmm.
Uh, One of them is not really optional. You just kind of have to have that it factor about you. It's not
Sure.
something possible. Not saying that I'm that type of guy, but the other way is to do little things that make you stand out. So I'm still trying to find out who I am myself. But the advice that I was given is to do little things that make you stand out. So if everybody else has short black hair, do long blonde hair. If everybody else is wearing trunks, wear jeans. It's stuff like that. You
Sure.
know, said and done, but just try to set yourself uh, apart from the pack in little ways like that. So that's something that I'm trying to work on myself, and we'll see where this takes me in the next few months or so.
Was that the biggest advice that you got from Swerve?
Um, Not from Swerve, but a lot of the stuff that I got from him was more so specifically in the ring.
Move
Just
wise. Okay.
yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
Well, and he has a really unique style. I mean, the kind of spinning kick to the back of the head, it's amazing that people don't get hurt from that. That just looks devastating.
Oh yes, I'm very jealous of some of those guys on that roster and how freaking innovative the brains are. Like my friends Darius Martin and Dante Martin,
Sure.
those are innovative is an understatement for them. I wish I had the brains that they have, but yeah, no, just being around those type of guys, uh, I don't know, it's kind of infectious in a way. So I'm looking to expand and be around and to be in locker rooms like that more consistently.
Well, and it gives you something to aim for too, because you're seeing your contemporaries, guys right there in the same age group as you, and they're hitting it on the national level. So why not you?
Exactly, exactly. That's a good point.
Yeah. Now, one other thing that I think is really helping in Kansas City is that Kansas City Wrestling Academy, because now you got a school you can go to, you're getting all the people from the area together, getting an extra chance to work. Is that a big help, having an actual physical school that you can go to, kind of call as a base of operations?
Yes, because the since the NWL days in like 2018,
Yeah.
finding a school in the local area has been a struggle. So I've made the move to St. Louis and I've trained out there.
Hmm.
Moved back and we've had to travel, um, quite a distance just to get some ring time in and keep the ring rust off of us.
Sure.
So finally we have somewhere that's consistent and we have great coaches there, making sure that we're all getting taken care of and learning a whole lot of stuff. So yeah, no, it's a blessing that we finally have a place for us to train at, and we're consistently bringing in new people as well. So yeah, I guess they're doing something right over there.
Yeah, no, it's a really fun atmosphere. I went down there and had a chance to kind of talk and just watch what was going on, and
Yeah.
don't even know who's going to show up. I was walking in, and Heidi Howitzer is in there, just fresh off of a trip for Japan, and the
Uh,
Hollits. So yeah, you get a all-star cast of wrestlers from the Kansas City area, and Mile High Magnum, Dak Draper. So WWE NXT veteran, current NWA wrestler. So you have some people to kind of bounce ideas off of, which I think has to help. It helps in any kind of public facing job, because if you don't have somebody you trust talking to you, you can practice, but you may be practicing the wrong thing and you're doing the wrong thing over and over and over and over again, and that's not going to work out too well.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of difficult finding credible uh, schools and teachers. I kind of held off a little bit on training in general, or getting my foot into the business until I was able to find a reputable school, um, instead of just jumping into any unsafe environment or unteachable environment. So yeah,
Yeah.
thank goodness we have our school going on right now with some of the best wrestlers in the country teaching us.
Now, were you still in the military when you got started?
Yes. I had about 2 years left on my contract at the time, or 3 years left actually.
Okay.
So yeah,
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 so about halfway through.
yeah, yeah. So indie schedule, trying to balance a job and trying to balance military life. Yeah, it was a little bit of a handful of sometimes, but thank goodness my contract ended and I'm able to put everything directly into this. So here we are.
Excellent. And hey, let's get a quick word in. If you're buying cars at the auction, our friends at Montway Auto Transport have some big news for you. We're going to talk a little bit about Edge Pipeline, get you all the information about that, and we'll be right back to finish up here with Second to None, Kenny Alfonso. As a dealer, you spend a lot of time buying cars at auction. If you're using Edge Pipeline to manage your purchases, then this is big news. Montway Auto Transport has partnered with Auction Edge to add a transportation option onto Edge Pipeline. Now dealers can manage their auction buys and book transportation with just one click, right in the Edge Pipeline platform. As a nationwide leader in auto transport, Montway understands a dealer's need for speed and efficiency and can arrange single or multi-vehicle moves from auction to any lot in the country. With Montway's technology, dealers can gain full transit visibility and tracking after an order has been booked, making it much easier to manage inventory. Buy, ship, and track all in Edge Pipeline. Go to www.montway.com/WS to learn more. Okay, good enough. So, hey, Kenny, we're winding it down here. I just want to get a little bit of a talk in about the match coming up, sponsored by this podcast, Wrestling with Sales, at Iron Sharpens Iron. It's going to be second to none Kenny Alfonso, the Land Shark, Conan Lycan, and Dan the Dad. What are you thinking about going into this match? Those are a couple of unique characters. A big, powerful, mobile guy, and unique character. I mean, right up there with Danhausen and Orange Cassidy in terms of characters in wrestling today. Dan the Dad.
I think I'm thinking the same thing everybody else is thinking. They don't know what to think. They don't know what to expect from this kind of matchup. I think I'm just as shocked as everybody else when I saw the the graphic pop up. But yeah, no, Conan beast. He's built different. Uh, I'm pretty jealous that a guy his size can move the way that he does. I don't understand how he does it.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah,
A
I'm pretty
moonsault, top rope moonsault.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's using cheat codes in real life. Uh, yes, and Dan the Dad. It has been a long time since I've been in the ring with him. I guess you could say I've been in the ring with him before he was a dad. Uh,
Okay.
yes, so
Before he'd go into the wrestling ring with a cup of hot coffee,
yes,
which is an impressive skill. I'm not sure how much it helps, but it's a neat skill.
it's a unique skill. I don't know if I can pull that off. I can pull off a lot of things, but that one, I think he takes a trophy on that one. But unfortunately, I'm not focused on any antics. I'm focused on taking the dub, getting my check, and going home.
That's a good goal. Well, hey, let's wind it down. We'll go into the championship round. We got the dealership rescue belt for you. Just a few quick questions.
Awesome.
Talked about some high level wrestlers that you've had a chance to share the ring with and a couple of friends. What wrestler do you most want to have a match with?
Ooh, uh, that is difficult. Currently,
Current or whenever.
okay. Let's see. I'll go with current and of all time. Currently,
Sure.
it's a tie between Dolph Ziggler and Finn Balor.
Okay.
Yes, whole lot of abs in the ring.
Yeah.
Of all
Good,
time,
great all around wrestlers.
yes. Oh my god. I'd say Shawn Michaels. He's been my number one favorite of all time.
Okay. Great. Terrific answer. What do you think is the single biggest trait that's allowed you the success you've had?
Hmm. It's a tie between mental fortitude and support. Um, this is a phenomenal business. It's a great business, but it can be a little overwhelming at sometimes. Uh, but I'm thankful to have a great support system behind me in the business and outside of the business to make sure that I'm doing okay. I'm always eating right. I'm doing okay with mental health and stuff like that.
Sure.
Make consistently pushing through everything. So I'd say support for sure.
Okay. Excellent. And what about your favorite opponent so far?
Oh, that's an easy one. I'm gonna go with ACH.
Okay.
We've wrestled each other twice at St. Louis Anarchy, and
Hmm.
it's a match that I can't watch back without tearing up a little bit. No other matches ever made me do that before, but yeah, something special happened that night when me and ACH wrestled each other.
Great. You've got a lot of great names in here. And like I said, when I told Michael Strider, hey, I think he can hang in there with the guys in AEW and Impact right now, I didn't realize you already had.
Yeah.
So it's an impressive resume. That's good to know. Learn something.
Thank you.
Now, let's just absolutely. Hey, thanks for stepping in. Just to get one more mention in for the show, the main event 60-minute Iron Man match, the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt against the Mile High Magnum Dak Draper. I got to stick consistent. I told Dak I was going to call him the undisputed Central States champion. And he is undisputed because Jeremy's still holding the DWF championship, which has been dissolved, and now it's Central States. But they're going to go at it and get down to one belt. That's the main event, Saturday, July 29th. And then our match is the three-way dance with second to none Kenny Alfonso, the Land Shark, Conan Lycan, and Dan the Dad, your dad's favorite wrestler. So quite a bit of activity coming up at the Lenexa National Guard Armory, just past the Lenexa City Center. Kenny, thanks a lot for joining us here on Wrestling with Sales. A lot of the advice you give, and it can be used in any industry because it's that determination, it's that willingness to be a little bit different, that just ambition to be second to none. Because if you don't believe you're going to sell something, you won't. The customer will not buy if you don't believe you can sell it. So a lot of similarities. If you go into the ring and you don't think you're going to win, you're not going to win.
Amen.
So best of luck here on the 29th at Iron Sharpens Iron. We'll be sure to come over and say hi to you, and hopefully you pull away with the win in the Wrestling with Sales sponsored match of the show.
I look forward to winning that night, and I look forward to
Absolutely. Yeah, appreciate you joining us here in Wrestling with Sales, Kenny. And every week we have new episodes. You can subscribe, like the video on YouTube, share it around, and if you need any help in transporting cars, check out our friends at Montway Auto Transport, the sponsor of this episode. Just go to www.montway.com/WS, and you can learn all about Edge Pipeline and get those auction cars to your dealership faster and for a lower charge right there on your dashboard. Simple and easy, just like betting on a match with second to none Kenny Alfonso in it. Thanks a lot for joining us.